So this is a 2020 Sprite Alpine 4. I'll take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, the hitch up procedure is something we've got a separate video for, and I'll send that through to you at another point. Front locker, you've got your gas bottle tie downs and your gas regulator at the top. Pipe work goes into the side there, and you'll be able to connect it to the bottles when that's in place. Side of the van, you've got your wind down leg on each side of the van, and then above that you've got your heating and hot water flow for the gas system. You've then got your water pump connection into the side of the van, which drops into your aqua roll itself. Obviously when you go to fill the water system, you need to make sure the barrel is completely full. You've then got your battery box with mains power lead coming in the side of the van, and behind there you've got a power switch for the motor mover. This isn't relevant in all vans. You've then got two fridge vents on the side of the van, so they will let hot air out from the back of the fridge unit and take in some cool air so it can cool the unit, and also the gas flue for the fridge system will be behind here as well. Going further down the side of the van, you've got your two grey waste pipes. So the two grey waste pipes will come out the side of the van and drop down into your waste master itself. So the water that goes in the front has to come out somewhere, and that is the location for that. At the back here, you've got underbed storage. So this allows you to access the storage underneath the bed at the rear of the van. Back of the van, on either side, as you can see, you've got your two wind down legs. So they'll be just used for stabilising the caravan when you're on site. I haven't put down for the purpose of handover, but down the floor normally. You would never lift the caravan with the legs itself, just due to the fact it could damage the floor off the caravan. Coming down this side of the van, you've got your toilet system. So you've got your fill tank on top for your flush tank, which takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of fluid. Then below that, you actually have your toilet waste cassette itself. So open that up. Toilet waste cassette, you pull the handle up and pull it towards you. The neck here turns out to tip the waste away. The cap here is a measure for the blue fluid itself. And then you've got an orange pressure relief button on the back to allow the air to escape from the tank when you are tipping the waste away. So we'll go inside the van, see how the van works. So as you can hear, radio system that all runs through the main control panel above the door. I'm just going to turn that down now. Actually, I'll turn it off for now, which you do on this control panel just here. DAB, as you can see, comes as standard on these vans. So there we go, audio is now turned off. Then go back to the home screen. So to turn the main power in the caravan, hit the button just here, and that'll allow the power to come on inside of the caravan, whether you're on 12 volt or 240 itself. It's going to take you through the control panel. Settings at the bottom, fairly straightforward. You've got your settings in there for the time, dates, etc., which as you can see have been set up here. Radio, water pump, which I'll come back to in a moment, awning light for the outside of the van, internal lights, and when you click on there it gives you an option for the dimmers across the top of the van, and it will also turn on the main lighting inside. Power, as I said, power coming into the van. Then across the top you've got the internal temperature, external temperature, water percentage on board the van, date and time, and then letting me know here that I've got power coming into the van from 240, and then the leisure battery voltage as well just there. If that's completely full on green, then you know you are good to go power wise. First thing you're going to do when you come inside the van is open all the taps up on the hot side, so you can bleed the water system. So you can open all the taps up. As you can see at the moment, I've already got water connected to it, but you can open all the taps up on the hot side to bleed the water system. That includes a tap on the sink and the tap on the shower as well. Once you've done that, you'll come underneath the seat at the back of the van, at the front of the van, sorry, and you'll make sure the yellow drain down valve is parallel with the floor, so as you can see it in the video. Now the idea of that is that when the valve is pointing upright, the water system will be completely drained, and when the valve is parallel with the floor, it will actually keep water within the system of the caravan. So to fill it, like I said, you'll have this valve parallel with the floor and all the taps open on the hot side. Once you've got the water connected on the outside, you can then come in, hit the water pump run just here, so when it's off it'll have no blue square around it. Then when you hit the button, the pump will turn on. When the water system's completely full, as it is now, So to start with, it will spit and splatter when the water comes out the system. When that is completely full, you'll shut off each tap. Start off with the one in the kitchen, just so it allows the rest of the water pressure to go through the pipework. You'll then turn off the shower and then the sink in the washroom area. So they're all turned off. I'm just going to show you them all working. And then the shower as well. Nice powerful shower on these vans with the pump system it's got on board. So once you've got the water system full, you can come to the control panel on the right hand side here of the main control panel. You can press the central button, and in here you've got the temperature internally for the caravan. So when it's flashing here, press the central button again, and then you can control the temperature internally by spinning the dial left or right to set the temperature. At the moment I'm just going to set it to a 25. Press the central button and that'll be the heating kicking in on gas or mains. When we come to here, I'll actually explain how you set the power that's coming into this unit. It is not relevant on this control panel, it is just for this control panel here. So next up, we've got water temperature. So you've got water off, eco, hot or boost. So we're going to put it on boost for a moment. So that is actually going to be for when you're showering. It's a time boost of around 30 minutes. So just going to explain to you there what you just saw come up on the screen. That was actually a warning to let me know it was actually set to gas operation only. Haven't got the gas on the van at the moment, so that's why it came up with that error across the screen. I'll show you how to clear that in a second from the bottom here. So you've got water temperature, like I said, on eco, hot or boost, depending on which one you want. Then you've got your power option that's coming into the van. So you come across to the power option, hit the button. And as you can see, this is what it was set to before, gas, hence what that error code was that come up. It just let me know that there was no gas turned on. Mix 1 is gas and 1000 watts of power at the same time. Mix 2 is gas and 2000 watts of power at the same time. EL1 is electric 1, which is 1000 watts of power on its own. And electric 2, 2000 watts of electric on its own. At the moment, we're just going to run it on electric 1 to demonstrate the system. But again, that power source will relate to the amount of power you can use on the site you're on. So if you ask in the site office, they'll let you know whether you can use 500, 1000, 2000 watts, etc. Coming to the end just here, you've got your fan speed option. So you can press the fan speed. You've got eco, high, eco or high on this fan. So we'll set it to high so you can hear the fans kick in. Down the bottom here, you've got your timers for your heating and hot water. Time on the control panel, which I'll set now, which I believe we're at 11:40. Go back to there. As what this will do is it will keep the time in there now because it's got the battery on board the van. The spanner symbol down in the bottom corner here is the engine settings for the engineer, and also where you go to reset the fault that you see down the bottom here. Like I said, that fault that you see just there is just to let me know there's no gas coming into the van. So we'll go back in, we'll go to the spanner symbol, hit the button, we'll roll round to reset, press the central button, press it again, it'll go initializing. That'll then clear the fault in a second, it'll reset itself. So that fault is now gone. Go across to your power source, select electric 1 again, and that is the fault gone from the system. So that is your heating and hot water explained. Next up, we're going to come to the fridge on board the van. So you've got power on. So the fridge is now woke up. At the moment, as you can see, it's trying to ignite on gas. And as I just explained previously, at the moment there is no gas connected to the van. So when it does fail to ignite, it will actually flash the warning light just here and the blue light here, which is actually the pilot light for the fridge gas system. To change the power source, use the arrows here. So you've got mains, 240 volts. So if on gas or mains power, you'll use the thermometer button to set the temperature of the fridge. Auto will always go back to 240 volt mode. 12 volt power for when you are towing down the road. So what that means is if you connect it to a car at the front, you'll be able to run the fridge on 12 volt to allow the fridge to work as a cool box. It will not completely chill the fridge. As you can see, the warning was coming on there to let me know we had no power source coming into the caravan. Microwave again, very simple to use. Set your time, Quick start, as you can see, comes on and working as you'd expect. Cooker, very self-explanatory, igniter on the front, gas rings on top, gas hob and gas oven at the bottom. Down in the cupboard, just to the right, left-hand side of the cooker, you have three gas taps in there. That is the gas isolation valves for the water heat. Sorry, not for the water heater, for the heating system, fridge, hob, and grill. Okay, and on the back of the door, you've actually got a guide there to show you what each one is for. The last thing on the inside of this caravan I'm going to show you, and I'll just talk you through how to drain the water system down. The toilet itself, the blue button on top is an electric flush for the toilet system. The little symbol that you see on the left hand side there is a full indicator light, so essentially the red light on there will appear when the toilet cassette is full on board the caravan, letting you know you need to empty the waste out. Then down at the bottom of the toilet you'll see the grey handle just there, and that it slides along. You'll pull the grey handle towards us as we're in the video, and that will allow the waste to go down inside the toilet cassette itself. When you are emptying the toilet cassette, you need to make sure the toilet is pointing straight across towards the bed from the unit itself. If it's turned, you will not be able to remove the cassette from under the caravan. Thank you very much for watching. Oh no, I'm just going to run you through the water system drain down. So you'd essentially turn off the water pump on the control panel above the door. You'd come over to each tap and open them up on the hot side, in the central position between the hot and the cold. On each tap that is on board the van. And then underneath the seat, you'd lift up the drain down valve to drain the water system down. And that is the Sprite Alpine 4. Thank you very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on site. So I'm going to demonstrate the motor mover now to you on board the caravan. You've got your main control here with power options on the two green buttons, so you'd use the two green buttons to turn the controller on. However, before we do that, we're just going to go around the other side and turn the power on the control unit on the side of the van. So in the power box itself, you've got your power key here. You put the power key into place, turn the key 90 degrees, and then that will turn power onto the motor mover control box itself. Coming around to the other side of the van again, we're going to press the two green power buttons on the controller to get the controller to turn on. As you can see, the controller is now on. And to engage the motor mover against the wheels, what we're going to do is press the central button here and the green arrow. So we're going to press them two. And what you'll be able to see is the motor mover moving up against the wheel itself. We've got forwards, backwards, turn, turn the opposite way, and the same with the rear of the van also. Done with the mover, what we need to do is put the handbrake back on. Press the central button on the controller, as you can see here, and the red button until the light starts flashing on the controller itself. You'd never ever turn off the controller or the control power on the outside of the van before this light has stopped flashing completely. As you'll see, the mover is now moving away from the wheels. by pressing the 2 green buttons just here, and that will turn the control unit off. And then you can come round to the other side of the van and turn the power off in the locker. And that's the motor mover.